Hi, I'm Hilary Hahn. I'm a violinist. I'm a soloist. On April 1st, I'll be doing a recital with Andreas Haefliger, the pianist, and Seth Parker Woods, the cellist. It's a trio concert, but it's a mixed concert. So Seth and I will play Kodály's duo, Andreas and I will play Beethoven's Sonata No. 10, and altogether as a trio, we'll play Carlos Simon's piece, Be Still and Know. I am really excited to learn Carlos's piece because I think it's such a gorgeous work, and these days I'm really trying to program in such a way that there's room to feel whatever you're feeling. I don't really believe in the idea of programming to cover up experiences. I think that in every concert, in every interpretation, there should be moments where the listeners can catch up with the evolution they're going through inside themselves, whether it's in life or in the course of the concert or just in those moments, and actually just stay in those moments. And that piece, Be Still and Know, really, the title really reflects what the piece is like. I also think that playing pieces like Beethoven's Sonata No. 10 or Kodály's duo, I think those pieces are part of a continuum of classical music, but also of cultures. Kodály drew greatly on his native culture and his sense of folk rhythms and folk melodies, but he had intimate knowledge of these instruments, violin and cello, and you can tell when you're playing that not much gets in the way of the translation between notes and sound, notes on the page and sound in the hall. There's a sort of rawness to this piece that is really compelling, really fun to play, and really challenging as a duo. You have to completely merge as a duo. It can't be a battle. This piece can sometimes be a battle between a violin soloist and a cello soloist, but really it's such a conversation, and yes, it butts heads, but also it's like moving like this all of the time. And there's magic, and there's brutality, and there's vulnerability, and it's a really fascinating thing to explore with someone who has such a knowledge of the repertoire and what it means to be a musician. Seth has done so many projects of contemporary music and is a seasoned performer of older music as well. So working with a performer on a duo that requires absolute honesty with each other as musicians, when that other person you're working with is also completely open, it's magic. Andreas and I have played a Beethoven Sonata program before, and we just really connected through Beethoven. We also have a personal connection because we're godparents to the same child. And that's how we actually started spending a little bit of time together socially. We were aware of each other as musicians, crossed paths a lot in Vienna. So Andreas and I have read through a lot of repertoire, but when we play Beethoven, it's like, wow. It's like there's some kind of ignition that happens, and we really read each other super well. It's a pretty dramatic, fiery approach, but also he is the consummate chamber musician. He grew up working, his father was just this phenomenal singer, Andreas Haefliger, and I used to go to the Marlborough Music Festival where Andreas Haefliger was a vocal coach, and Andreas grew up working with the vocalists. He works often with other musicians in chamber music, but he's a soloist himself, so he really understands walking that line between collaboration and stepping forward into the spotlight. That's something that I always look for in a collaborative partner because it's something that is innate to me. I was trained by or taught by a quartet leader, so my mentality is always chamber music, but I've had to learn how to be a soloist. So I appreciate when a colleague can walk both of those lines and recognize in me when I'm doing that, and then I can recognize in them when they're about to flick the switch. We can catch each other. It's just super dynamic and super fun.